हर आशिक हो जाता है मजबूर, इसमें दिल का, मेरे दिल का, इसमें दिल का क्या कसूर।
Across London on 1458 AM and DAB, smart speaker, mobile app and LaicaRadio.com.
This is Laika Radio. From the Sky News Centre at 9. Nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, is set to be banned under government plans to clamp down on antisocial behaviour. The Levelling Up Secretary, Michael Gove, says they're an increasing scourge.
We need to be clear that there are types of activity, particularly types of activity that cause distress to others in public, which are unacceptable.
The Prime Minister's due to unveil the measures tomorrow, which include putting offenders in jumpsuits or high-vis jackets. They could also be made to clean police cars or pick up rubbish within 48 hours of being handed their punishments. Southern US states are recovering after a tornado swept through the area, killing at least 26 people. Severe storms across Mississippi, Alabama and Texas have left many without power. 2 people have died after a shooting in northern Germany. Police say it happened in the port city of Hamburg. The spokespersons declined to comment on the suspect. It's reported officers were called shortly before midnight local time and that 28 vehicles rushed to the scene. The government's being urged to rethink a decision to house 1,500 asylum seekers at a disused RAF base in Scampton in Lincolnshire. The local council want to turn it into a heritage site because of its historical connections. In sport, Nathan Broadhead had a debut to remember for Wales as he scored an injury-time equaliser in their 1-1 draw with Croatia. Rob Page's side were largely outplayed in Split during the first match of their Euro 2024 qualifying campaign. Former Wales striker Robert Earnshaw says it was an unlikely outcome.
A real smash and grab, to be honest with you. Absolute smash and grab. 1-1 in Croatia. It's a great result for Wales, an unbelievable result.
Scotland manager Steve Clark's told his team to cut out the sloppy errors despite starting their campaign with a 3-0 win over Cyprus. And British tennis number 1 Cameron Norrie has suffered a shock second-round defeat against Gregoire Barrère at the Miami Open.
At Tesco Mobile, get the brilliant iPhone 13 with super fast 5G for high quality streaming, plus 12 gigs of data so you can enjoy every moment. All for just $33.99 a month with club card prices, saving you £198. That's another little help on us. This is Supermarket Mobile. To switch, search Tesco Mobile. Every little helps.
Ends 26th of March. Was $39.49. Club card and 36-month credit agreement required. Subject to status and availability. 5G subject to coverage. Terms at tescomobile.com/terms.
Winner of Radio Station of the Year at the Asian Media Awards 2022.
Laika Radio, London.
Laika Radio weather.
Today's weather: light rain and moderate breeze in London and surrounding areas. Top temperature 10 centigrade. Sunset is at 7:23 p.m.
Laika Radio. Laika Radio.
Flight updates are brought to you by TravelUp.com. Flights, hotels and holidays.
Let's go for a flight update. All flights are as scheduled, but please check with your flight operators before heading to the airport.
Flight updates were brought to you by TravelUp.com. Lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com. Call 0207 580 5000. Flight updates were brought to you by TravelUp.com. Lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com. Call 0207 580 5000. Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Laika, London.
Laika Radio.
Good morning and welcome to the 153rd edition of Talking Points on Laika Radio with me, Keith Vaz. The clocks changed today, the last Sunday of March, moving forward by 1 hour. So I hope you're listening to me and not Priyanka. Thank you, Priyanka, for a great show. Happy birthday this week to Dharmesh Lakhani, who's celebrating it in Kenya, Mombasa and Nairobi, and to Dr. Balu Pitcher, who's celebrating his, no doubt, in North London. Let's go around the world to get some top news stories from this week. Ballygill says his parents wanted him to become a doctor. He chose acting, but now he's playing a real-life NHS medic in his first film role. You might have seen Bally in the BBC drama Sherwood or as Agent Singh in Apple TV's Slow Horses. For his big screen debut, he's starring alongside some of Britain's biggest acting names, Dame Judi Dench, Jennifer Saunders and Russell Tovey. The film Alleluia has been called a love letter to the NHS, and I'm sure we're all going to sign one of those. At least 12 people have been killed and more than 200 injured after a powerful earthquake shook large parts of Pakistan and Afghanistan. The 6.5 magnitude quake damaged buildings, triggered landslides and sent people running into the streets. Tremors from the remote Jurm Valley were felt as far away as India. Internet services remain restricted in parts of India's northern Punjab state as thousands of police continue their search for Sikh separatist leader Amritpal Singh, who supports Khalistan, a demand for a separate Sikh homeland. Over 100 of his supporters have been arrested since the manhunt began last Saturday. Let's go to our Inventor series. Who invented the seismometer? A seismometer is an instrument that responds to ground noise and shaking caused by quakes, volcanic eruptions and explosions. The first one was made in China. During the 2nd century, it was invented by Zhang Heng, a Chinese mathematician and astronomer. It's therefore 1,891 years old. That's old. On the programme today, we're going to San Diego in the United States and join Apna Rajawat, a motivational speaker, international medalist in martial arts and a Guinness World Record holder for starting the largest self-defense class with 7,401 women in 2020. She's the founder of the Pink Belt Mission organization, which gives training in self-defense to women and young girls. She's been training over 1.5 lakh women in India. To a slighter, cooler climate after that, we're going to go from San Diego to Cheshunt in Hertfordshire for my second special guest, our very own Leica radio presenter Valissa. She's been moonlighting because she's going to be talking to us about the laugh out loud theatre production Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding Season number 2, which apparently is in Mauritius, which is touring the United Kingdom until June 2023. It's even coming to Leicester. Isn't that wonderful? She'll be telling us about that production and also where to get tickets. But before all that, let's have some music. Let's listen to Mukabala, a song from Street Dancer, the 3D movie.
Talking Points with Keith Vaz, celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I hope you enjoyed the music. We're going to cross the Atlantic now to talk to my first special guest on the program. She's a self-defense trainer who has trained over 1.5 lakh of women in India. Apna Rajwat is a motivational speaker, an international medalist in martial arts, and a Guinness World Record holder for starting the largest self-defense class ever, 7,401 women in 2020. She's the founder of the Pink Belt Mission organization, which gives training in self-defense to women and young girls. A Hollywood documentary has been made on her achievements, which won 2 international awards. Alongside being a self-defense trainer, she's also an international tour manager with the world's best tourist companies in the USA and the UK. Let's go over to San Diego and join Apna Rajwat. Thank you for joining us this morning. Apna, very early in the morning for you. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Keith. Thank you for having me.
Now let's talk about travel first, because it sounds like a dream job being an international tour manager, starting with the US and the UK. Obviously, the listeners are mainly UK based, but if you were trying to get us over to visit the United States, which are the main cities, apart from Washington and New York, would you get us to see? Because there is a tendency, isn't there, just to stay in those 2 places.
Yeah, definitely San Diego. I would say that is, I love the city. And but if I have to choose 2 countries, I'll choose definitely UK. So much character there in cities itself. And it seems like very much my own place when I lived in UK for 5-6 years.
And what about in America? Obviously, you said San Diego, but I'm sure that there are other cities you would recommend that we came to have a look at.
Definitely New York is one of the larger city that so many countries, so many big cities, it's just like that. I would say very crazy too when it comes to fashion sense. But one of my most favorite places is Chicago. I would say LA. And San Diego is also, everything is nearby, beaches and desert and water, everything. Well,
I have to say, I haven't been that far out. I usually stop in Chicago. That's the farthest place I've been. Tell us about your martial arts. This is what you're also famous for. When did this become a passion for you? How did you begin the whole workout self-defense training?
I started at the age of 7, and before that I saw some Bruce Lee movies. I was so fascinated by that man that at that age that one human can be like this. So I would say it became a passion before I went to the class, but the minute I entered at arena, that my dream and the passion became so alive. So I've been passionate throughout my life when it comes to martial art. Still my best movies are Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and all of that, even to this time.
Did you face any gender discrimination as a result of taking this up? You mentioned Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and others. These are very masculine figures. Was there anyone trying to stop you doing this because you were a woman?
Oh, there were definitely challenges and some discrimination too. The first of all, I'm talking about almost 32 years ago. And back those time, that was not very popular sport, especially among girls. So when I went there, the biggest problem is that was no girls in the batches, and coaches didn't want to train just a single woman. Like single girl, even not a woman at that time. And if the coach was ready to give me training, that boys, those who were learning with me, sometimes they went to coach and they didn't want to take a class with me, just a single girl. So sometimes coach said, I cannot just, for one student, I will lose all other students. So I have to change multiple coaches many times. And when I'm prepared, there was no tournament for girls. Not so many, I would not say no. So I had to disguise as a boy, and I used to play in a boys tournament. As a boy, nobody could recognize me at that time. And when I started winning boys championships, then I had more acceptance in boys classes after that. So these were definitely some challenges I faced.
This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm having a wonderful conversation with Apna Rajwat. She's in San Diego. I'm, of course, in Canary Wharf. In Agra, she organized the world record for the Guinness Book of Records when she brought together so many women doing self-defense. We're going to talk to her further after the break.
रुआ रुआ खिलने लगी है ज़मीं, ओ तेरी ही तो खुशबू है ना कहीं, हो मद मद नीम बंद नैनों से कहीं, ओ वाके वाके तूने कहीं झांका तो नहीं, सजा मिली शबनम हाल से उतरे जुगनू जलाए रोशनी के कतरे जाऊं जो चमन में पंछी पुकारे आजा रे कोयल आरती उतारे चांद ढूंढते हैं आसमां खोल के भूल गए बादल दिन है कि रात है आँखों में ख्वाब ही ख्वाब भरे हैं नींद नहीं आती रुआ रुआ खिलने लगी है ज़मीं ओ तेरी तो खुशबू है न कहीं हो बंद बंद नीम बंद नैनों से कहीं हो आगे बागे तूने कहीं झांका तो नहीं सजा मिली है प्यार की कैदी हूँ बार की बंदी बन के ही रहूं मर्जी है मेरे यार की सजा मिली है प्यार की कैदी हूँ बाहर की बंदी बन के रहूं मर्जी है मेरे यार की
Haldiram brings you the most loved Indian sweets which are freshly made in UK. Now order your favorite Haldiram products online only on haldiramuk.com. Also available at your local Asian store at super special prices.
Did you know that most air pollution related deaths actually occur in outer London areas?
Oh wow. No, I didn't know that. It's higher than in central London.
It's obviously a concern considering our parents are more vulnerable.
That's why the ultra low emission zone is expanding across all London boroughs from the 29th of August this year to help make the air clearer. Have you checked your vehicle yet?
I will be going on and checking, yes.
If you drive a petrol vehicle over 16 years old or a diesel over 6, search TfL Vehicle Checker. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
mantraholidays.co.uk 2023 નું ટ્રાવેલ ડેસ્ટિનેશન કેટેલોગ પ્રકાશિત થયેલ છે. સ્કોટલેન્ડ માટે માત્ર 345 પાઉન્ડ થી, ટ્યુલિપ ગાર્ડન્સ હોલેન્ડ માત્ર 299 પાઉન્ડ થી, એ પણ સ્વાદિષ્ટ દેશી ભોજન સહિત શેંગન વિઝાની સુવિધા ઉપલબ્ધ છે. તો જલ્દી ફોન કરો 02037736333 એટલે 02037736333 mantraholidays.co.uk.
SBI UK has got great news for your savings. The 35-day notice savings account with SBI UK can earn you 2.25% interest on your savings. You can withdraw the funds by giving a 35-day notice. Terms and conditions apply. For more details, visit sbiuk.com. SBI UK has been serving UK customers for over 100 years. SBI UK is regulated by the FCA and PRA.
क्वालिटी फूड्स की स्पेशल रमजान ऑफर। रमजान के मुबारक महीने में 20 kg टिल्डा प्योर बासमती खरीदने पर 700 ग्राम आलमंड्स बिल्कुल फ्री। ये ऑफर स्टॉक रहने तक है, सो जल्दी कीजिए, तशरीफ लाइए। क्वालिटी फूड्स और टिल्डा की तरफ से आप सबको रमजान मुबारक।
Time to invest in your child's future is now. At KSG Learning, we offer high-quality tuition services from reception to GCSE, both online and offline medium, delivered by certified teachers. Log on to www.ksglearning.com
or call 07949 292 686. Book cheap flights to Lahore on travelup.com or call 0207 580 5000 and enjoy the sights and sounds of Lahore with your family and friends by booking through travelup.com.
Ramadan Mubarak! Celebrate this Ramadan with Scoopub Ramadan Special Natural Ice Cream. Enjoy baklava, date and almond ice cream with traditional rose faluda. Visit Scoopub in Alberton, Wembley, Basingstoke, Hounslow, Rayners Lane, Southampton, Watford and very soon in Croydon. Or enjoy Scoopub Ramadan Special at home by ordering on all popular food delivery apps.
Sadka Food Containers की quality
एकदम satisfied
सैटको की मजबूती बोलो कैसी बिल्कुल satisfied सैटको फूड कंटेनर्स का ढक्कन
Always satisfied.
और है ये reusable इसीलिए मैं satisfied and it's microwavable
That's why I'm satisfied.
Satco food containers
Satco food containers, total satisfaction.
मेरे पापा को गुलाब जामुन बहुत पसंद है
Order online at pujasweets.com. From barfi, laddus, gulab jamun to samosa and gathia. From catering starters to dessert. Pooja Sweets and Savories. अभी कॉल कीजिए 0208-672-4523 पर।
Ramadan Mubarak from Pooja Sweets.
नमस्ते, मैं डॉक्टर अनुजा शाह हूँ। माने न माने, आपका अगला पैखाना आपकी जान बचा सकता है। डॉक से NHS बाउल स्क्रीनिंग किट मिले तो उसे आपको जल्द पूरा करना चाहिए। इसे आप कुछ सरल कदम लेकर अपने आप करते हैं। कोई गड़बड़ी महसूस करने के पहले ही एक छोटे नमूने से कैंसर के लक्षणों का पता चल जाता है। बाउल कैंसर स्क्रीनिंग किट मिले तो उसे टॉयलेट के पास रखिए, टालिए मत। अधिक सूचना के लिए यहाँ देखें nhs.uk/bowel-screening.
Thought of the day in association with Together for Ramadan. Participating brands Layla Atta, Pakiza Mango Lassi, Badshah Ice, Rubicon Juices. Visit togetherforramadan.co.uk.
Those who take out time to chat with you does not mean they are jobless or less busy, but they know the importance of keeping in touch.
The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm talking to Abna Rajwat, the founder of the Pink Belt Mission Organization. Abna Rajwat, let's talk a little bit more about the Pink Belt Mission. First of all, where did that name come from? We've heard of black belts, of course, and we've heard of silver belts, but we've never heard of pink belts.
Pink, always favorite color of women. So it's obviously denoted woman. Belt, because I've been a martial art player, belt is always a power for me. So you can say that's pink is a woman and belt is a power, so it's a woman power mission. And I thought that is very much related to women around the world. That pink belt mission means woman power mission, which they are on journey on.
Now, you had a life-changing experience after a terrible accident at the age of 18. What happened at the time of that accident, and why did you change your whole outlook on life?
I would say I had an accident. I nearly lost my leg, but I have lots of complications after that. I cannot say that was good or worse because my passion was to be either army officer or represent my country on the world tournaments of karate, or maybe passionate choreographer I was. So maybe just try in Bollywood. I cannot say today I would have been better officer, player, or choreographer. It is a mystery only God can answer. But today I can say where I am, I'm very happy, very content, because that is calling what I have to give inspirational speeches, changing a life of women. And I think where I am, I was born for this.
Now, let's go on to that amazing event for your final question. Your organization trained over 1.5 lakh women and young girls in India, and on the 19th of February 2020, you became a Guinness World Record holder for conducting the largest self-defense class with 7,401 women. How did this new record change your life, and did it encourage even more women to be interested in self-defense? Because it must have been an absolutely fantastic event.
Thank you so much for mentioning that. I would say that Guinness World Record definitely boosted our energy and motivated us to do even better. But I don't consider that it is a biggest achievement. Biggest achievement for me is changing that in a woman's life, is strengthen them, empower them in 6 dimensions, which is of Pink Belt Mission, like mental, emotional strength, legal awareness, physical strength, digital safety, and also financial empowerment. And when I see that so many domestic abuse victims and sexual harassed little girls, and obviously they're financially empowered, these women, those can run their own life now, I think that is the biggest achievement. And definitely so many women came to me, not only for trainings, to be a trainer, and they came to me and asked, ma'am, we want to be like you. And I said, don't be a second version of mine, be the best version of yourself. So, and I'm there to hold your hand. I'm there to help you do that.
Apna Rajawat, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. Thank you for joining us on Talking Points. It's our first ever visit to San Diego, so it's a special visit for us. We always ask our special guests to choose a song that means something special to them and to dedicate it to someone special. Which song would you like to choose, and to whom would you like to dedicate it?
Since I was 3 or 4 years old, I've been listening. The song came at that time, Hum Honge Kamyab, from the movie Jaane Bhi Do Yaro. And that's the English version of that is We Shall Overcome. And I dedicate to all the women around the world. Those are facing some atrocities and suffering. I just want to say them, have a faith and stand firm. We shall overcome. Hum honge kamyab.
What a lovely sentiment for a Sunday morning, with an inspirational comment for our women listeners here on Leica Radio. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great Sunday.
Thank you very much, Keith, for having me on the program today, and best wishes to all listeners of Leica Radio. Thank you.
Let's hear Apna Rajawat's song.
Keith Vaz on Talking Points. Leica. Time checks are brought to you by TravelUp.com. Our lowest prices are guaranteed only when you book directly through TravelUp.com or call 0207 580 5000.
Leica Radio.
Traffic and travel.
I'm Jules Buckley in Hackney, the northbound side of the East Cross route. That's the A12. There's flooding around Hackney Wick, so currently lane 1's combed off. The westbound side of the New Cross Road between Deptford Church Street and the New Cross one-way system closed at the scene of a collision. In Fulham, westbound side of the New Kings Road is still closed off for those emergency water main repairs. That's Waterford Road closed through towards Harwood Road, and the westbound side of the Golders Green Road is closed for emergency repairs. You can't get through between Finchley Road and Hodford Road. M4 and A4 eastbound closed for weekend roadworks. That's Brentford at 2 to just before the Hogarth roundabout. And there's currently no service on the District line between Earls Court and Kensington Olympia. And for now, that's your very latest traffic and travel.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Most wonderful time on the beach. On the beach.
now and get free airport fast track with On the Beach. See terms and conditions outbound only, subject to availability at all protected.
On the beach. This is Leica Radio.
सस्ती से सस्ती फ्लाइट्स और हॉलिडे पैकेज चाहिए तो 24 घंटे 7 दिन किसी भी समय ट्रैवल हब का नंबर मिलाइए फॉर क्रूज टेलर मेड हॉलिडे होटल बुकिंग्स एंड हनीमून पैकेजेस हमसे सस्ता कहीं नहीं मिल सकता कॉल ट्रैवल हब 24/7 on 0208-782-8833 or visit travelhubltd.co.uk.
Travel Hub, best service with unbeatable price.
At all protected.
Visit travelhubltd.co.uk.
एक मसालेदार चाय के बारे में सोचते ही बस एक ही नाम याद आए, यूनिक मसाला चाय। इस सर्दी मजा लीजिए यूनिक चाय के वैरायटी ऑफ फ्लेवर्स का। सिर्फ गर्म पानी लो और यूनिक चाय के साथ घोल लो। सिर्फ कुछ ही मिनट्स में चाय तैयार। जैसा नाम वैसा काम, यूनिकनेस से भरपूर यूनिक चाय।
Hira Foods, bringing you authentic Eastern flavors with a huge selection of products including spices, grains, lentils, rice, flours, pickles, sauces, nuts and ready-to-eat meals. Hira Foods, king in quality, king in taste.
How much of London can you get for £8.10?
Head north to work. Morning. Back south to meet mates. West for open mic. And a house party back east.
Get unlimited trips all day long by tube, bus and train for £8.10 with our daily fare capping in zones 1 and 2. Do more of what you love. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters. Always use the same card or device when touching in and out. Terms and conditions apply. For more info, visit tfl.gov.uk/fares.
Time to invest in your child's future is now. At KSG Learning, we offer high-quality tuition services from reception to GCSE, both online and offline medium, delivered by certified teachers. Log on to www.ksglearning.com
or call 07949 292 686.
Haldiram brings you the most loved Indian sweets which are freshly made in UK. Now order your favorite Haldiram products online only on haldiramuk.com. Also available at your local Asian store at super special prices.
There are lots of little things you can do to save money on your energy bill. Like turning your boiler flow temperature down to 60 degrees. Swapping to an energy-saving light bulb, switching off unused appliances, dialing down the temperature on your washing machine, closing all of your curtains at night, and turning a radiator down in a room you're not using. On their own, they may not sound like much, but they all add up and could save you hundreds of pounds. Visit gov.uk/save energy for all of our energy saving tips.
Want to send money to Bangladesh? Small World Money Transfer is here for you. Our great exchange rates and our wide network of 8,500 plus locations includes all major banks in Bangladesh. Send money during the Ramadan and get the chance to win a free trip for 2 to Mecca, including flights and hotels to perform Umrah. Send money to Bangladesh today using promo code Ramadan with Small World Money Transfer. Full T's and C's can be found at smallworldfs.com/news.
Sending money abroad to loved ones? We can help with that. To say thank you for using MoneyGram at Post Office, we'll give you 50% off your second transfer fee and ongoing discounts when you join MoneyGram Plus Rewards. So it's not just your family that will say
thank you very much.
Mulțumesc.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
Благодарить. Много ти благодаря.
धन्यवाद. बहुत धन्यवाद. Pop into your local post office to sign up now. Visit postoffice.co.uk/MoneyGram for T's and C's. MoneyGram International Limited is authorised and regulated in the UK by the FCA.
K Furniture's new store is now open in Staples Corner NW2. Limited time offer. Buy a double divan set and get a matching headboard and 2 drawers absolutely free. K Furniture showrooms in Kenton, Cricklewood, Hatch End, Hayes and now Staples Corner. Or go online at kfurniture.co.uk.
I've just sold my car.
All right.
I got a quote in 30 seconds from We Buy Any Car. Drove to my local branch in 13 minutes. And cash is getting sent to my bank.
Oh, nice.
Just sold my car to We Buy Any Car.
Just sold my car to We Buy Any Car.
To find out how much your car's worth in 30 seconds, enter your reg number now at WeBuyAnyCar.com. Admin fee may apply. For more information, visit WeBuyAnyCar.com/info.
बिना चांद के आसमान कैसा लगेगा?
बिल्कुल अधूरा।
बिना शीरी के फरहाद?
अकेली।
बिना लबाबदार बिरयानी के ईद?
तौबा तौबा।
तभी तो कहती हूँ कि कुछ जोड़ियाँ बेजोड़ होती हैं, जैसे कि लंबे और नफीस ग्रेन्स वाला टिल्डा ग्रैंड एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस और बिरयानी।
अब समझ आया बिरयानी को बेहतरीन बनाता है कौन?
Elevate your biryani with Tilda Grand Extra Long Basmati Rice. Ramadan Mubarak from Tilda.
नूर रहमत का है अशरा, रहीम की रहीमी का हर एक तलबगार है। लाइका रेडियो और लाइका गोल्ड की खसूसी रमजान ट्रांसमिशन वक्त सहर और वक्त इफ्तार आपके अपने मेजबान रॉकी खान के हमरा। इस ट्रांसमिशन को तारिक हलाल वाले आप तक पहुंचाने में हमारा साथ दे रहे हैं, जो अपनी साउथ की 25 ब्रांचेस के हमरा 300 से जायद सेंसब्रीज की ब्रांचेस पर फ्रेश हलाल मीट मुहैया कर रहे हैं। मजीद मालूमात के लिए आज ही उनकी वेबसाइट विजिट कीजिए tarikhalal.com।
Talking Points with Keith Vaz. Celebrating diversity. Leica, London.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. My next special guest on today's programme is our very own Valissa Chauhan. She started her career in radio back in 2010 after graduating from film and television studies. Valissa is one of the few Bollywood female DJs in the UK and is also a scriptwriter and film producer. She grew up listening to Bollywood music with her dad and uncles, and so her knowledge of the genre dates back older than she is, and she loves nothing more than evoking emotions through the music she plays on Leica. She has joined us today on a Sunday to tell us more about the Laugh Out Loud theatre production Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding, season number 2, which is in Mauritius. It'll be touring the UK until June 2023. Let's go over to Cheshunt in Hertfordshire and join Valissa. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Valissa.
Morning, how are you?
I'm fine. I bet you wish you were in Mauritius today.
Oh, I do. A lot of people think the actual show is going to Mauritius, and I'm like, I wish.
Well, everyone seems to be excited about this season 2 and the tour that you're doing. What is the sensational Laugh Out Loud theatre production? What's it about? What's the storyline for this season?
So it's called Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding number 2 in Mauritius. So that gives away the fact that the wedding is going to be in Mauritius. And if anyone's seen the first one, they'll know that anywhere where Mrs. Kapoor goes, she causes havoc everywhere. So she is causing havoc on her way to Mauritius. She causes havoc when she gets to Mauritius. The whole wedding is staged at the end, so you get to see the wedding that is based in Mauritius, and it's her second daughter's wedding. She's still got 3 more to go.
But does this evoke for you feelings about your own wedding, emotions as to what happened to you in a traditional Indian wedding?
So funnily enough, I actually did have a destination wedding. I got married in Spain. So a lot of the stuff that goes on, I can relate to. My mum and dad are nothing like Mr. and Mrs. Kapoor, thankfully. So, and I always say to them, I'm like, oh, if Mr. and Mrs. Kapoor were my parents, I don't know what I would do. But I can tell you that it's so funny. I watch it every time we have rehearsals. I've obviously seen the full shows. I still laugh every single time. I'm still sitting there giggling. I'm backstage during some of the scenes and I'm giggling.
We heard a bit of it earlier on before you came on the programme. It's obviously going to be very successful. I was checking back to see how ticket sales have gone. You sold out in London when you were there on the 18th and 19th of March. The season 1 was very successful with 57,000, more than that goes to a Leicester City match on a Saturday watching the show. Do you think that season 2 is going to be as successful? It's always difficult, isn't it, when you do a second season after a phenomenally successful first season run?
Yes, so we find, because people came to see number 1 and they found it really funny, people have come back to see number 2. People have got confused. They think it's in Mauritius. It's not. It is in the UK. You can come and watch it. And I feel like we done 8 shows back in September just to get a feeler for what needs to be changed, what needs to be tweaked. And the shows that we had on the 18th and 19th, we've had such good feedback about these shows, Keith. I can't even tell you. People are really enjoying it. They're saying the comedy is really good. They can relate to the characters. And there's parts of it where they're watching it and they're like, oh my God, I remember that from my wedding, or my parents are just like this, or my grandparents are just like this. So it's really, really good. And like you said, the first show sold out. Over 57,000 people came to see it, and I think these shows will be sold out as well, definitely.
There must be something about Asians laughing at themselves that is a new phenomenon. I mean, even a few years ago, this would not have been possible, but now we join in. There's Asian comedians like Paul Chowdhury and others. Do you think that it's now getting to be a genre that is accepted by the community? Can we laugh at ourselves like we never used to do before?
I definitely think so. I think like some of the stuff that Mrs. Kapoor does, you just think back to your own childhood and you're like, oh my God, like like what she said, that is such a, because it is a Gujarati comedy. So a lot of the stuff is Gujarati. Of course, it is repeated in English so that it is there for the masses. You don't just have to be Gujarati or Asian to watch this show. But I feel like now people are more accepting of the fact that these are just random cultures or traditions and things that happen in daily life. But if you can't laugh about it, then what will you do? Cry about it?
Indeed. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. There's no crying here today. I'm having a wonderful conversation with my fellow presenter, but now actress Valissa Chauhan. Join me after the break.
Tilda ka Zabardast Gana is brought to you by Tilda. On this Ramadan, elevate your biryani with Tilda Grand Extra Long Basmati. Ramadan Mubarak from Tilda.
रोमियो रोमियो कल के रोमियो भोली शक्ल वाले सारे के सारे परे पियो रोमियो रोमियो भाड़ के प्रेमियो काहे गल पड़े हो बिन बुलाए बारातियों ले तो गई गले जा संग में हमें भी ले जा ये तो चोरी पे है सीना जोरी कभी लगे मोनालिसा कभी कभी लगे लोलिटा और कभी जैसे कादम्बरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी सर से पैर तलक बेतहाशा हुस्न से भरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी पैरों में पायल की बेड़ी से बंध के मैं ना रहने वाली मैं अलहड़ पुरवा के जैसी हूँ परदेसों तक बहने वाली मुझे रहनों से बढ़ के सपनों की चाहत है जिन सपनों को सच हो जाने की आदत है कट्टी है मेरी मर्दों से यारी फिल्मों के पर्दों से ले तो गई गले जा संग में हमें भी ले जा ये तो चोरी पे है सीना जोरी कभी लगे मोनालिसा कभी कभी लगे लोलिटा और कभी जैसे कादम्बरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी सर से पैर तलक बेतहाशा हुस्न से भरी हाय मेरी परम 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 सुंदरी ए छूना नहीं छूना छूना नहीं छूना छूना नहीं मुझको ए होना नहीं होना होना नहीं तेरी होना नहीं मुझको हाथ जोड़ चाहे पाँव पड़ परवाह नहीं मुझको ना 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 बीकानेरी छोकरी संतरे की टोकरी घर तो छुड़वाया क्या छुड़ाएगी नौकरी देख के कमर तेरी भागे नफ्स मेरी जैसे घड़ी का काटा हिकरी डोकरी
Tilda ka Anokha song is brought to you by Tilda. This Ramadan, elevate your festive meal with aromatic Tilda Pure Basmati Rice. Ramadan Mubarak from Tilda.
Hira Foods, bringing you authentic Eastern flavors with a huge selection of products including spices, grains, lentils, rice, flours, pickles, sauces, nuts, and ready-to-eat meals. Hira Foods, king in quality, king in taste.
गुजराती राशन पानी फरसाण चटकीला दाल कठोड़ लोट चोखा पापड़ ने मसाला राम्स कैश एंड कैरी नीचे एजवेर मां बोल बाला
Ram's Cash and Carry Edgeware
For retail and wholesale groceries,
all type of flours,
spices,
beans,
lentils,
pulses,
fresh and frozen vegetables.
and much more.
ramscashandcarry.co.uk
Mollison Way, Edgeware.
राम्स कैश एंड कैरी नी एजवेर मां बोल बाला हो जी दिल्ली अमृतसर
या यूरोप के अंदर
ट्रैवल करेंगे मस्त कलंदर
लाहौर या पेशावर
या दुबई घुमा कर,
फोटो खिंचा कर या रीले बना कर।
अच्छा तो लगता है।
वो तो है, पर आजकल कन्वीनियंटली एयर टिकट कहाँ मिलता है?
मिलता है ना, मान ट्रैवल, टाइम इज फ्लाइंग, लेट्स फ्लाई टू। जस्ट कॉल 0208 099 9900।
हर ट्रिप में आपका मान रखेंगे।
मान ट्रैवल।
देखो नजर उठा के, सेट को ये छा गया है, खाने को रखे ताजा, हर दिल को भा गया है। देखो तो जिंदगी भी लहरा के जा रही है, सेट को के साथ खुशियाँ नजदीक आ रही है। सेट को मिला तो हर पल एहसास पा गया है।
जहाँ जिंदगी वहाँ सेटको माइक्रोवेव फूड कंटेनर्स।
हर सिमत आसमां पे एक नूर छा गया है, रहमत की रोशनी है, रमजान आ गया है। मुद्दत से ताज फूड्स दिल में समा गया है, रमजान आ गया।
Ramzan Mubarak from Taj Foods, the taste of Asia. Home delivery now available. Shop online on worlddelhi.com.
Oh my goodness, it's me, Mrs. Kapoor, and I'm so excited. It's my daughter's wedding.
Mrs. Kapoor's daughter's wedding to Mauritius on Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd of April. Fasten your seatbelts for a fun-filled journey as AK Productions and the Kapoors are back for their second daughter's wedding. Don't delay. Grab those first-class seats quick and join us for the destination wedding of the year.
Punjab National Bank International Limited launches mobile app for personal customers. Whether you want to send money to India or view your latest balance, do that on the go. Simply download our app for free from your mobile app store. Terms and conditions apply. For more details, please visit
www.pnbint.com. Deposit protection from FSCS. Authorized by the PRA and regulated by FCA and PRA.
અરે બાપુજી, તમે આટલા પ્રેમથી બાને આ શું ખવડાવી રહ્યા છો?
બહુ બેટા, ભારતી બેનની નવી મોગો ક્રિસ્પ અને પહેલીવાર મોગોનો સ્વાદિષ્ટ ચેવડો આવ્યા છે.
અરે વાહ, આ ઉંમરે પણ તમારા બંને વચ્ચે આટલો બધો પ્રેમ.
પ્રેમ નહીં, અમારા બંને વચ્ચે ચોકઠું એક જ છે.
ભારતી બેનનો કેન્યન ચેવડો
અને મોગોની કાચરી.
March Z5, March Z5, March Z5.
Dude, what are you saying?
I'm remembering the Z5 code with which I'm going to unlock Z5's amazing monthly offer of just £3.49 by using the code MARCHZ5 to enjoy a world of South Asian stories at your fingertips.
Oh yeah, I've been watching some amazing new trailers and enjoying RRR in its original language in Telugu.
Over 2 lakh hours of stories are streaming now on Z5. So why would you miss the offer?
That's right, so let's subscribe to Z5 right away.
Hello, I'm Bianca, a bus driver for TfL. No matter if you hop on in Croydon or Camden, every single London bus is now low or zero emission at the tailpipe. This is part of the improvements the Mayor and TfL are making to help build a greener London for everyone. Feels good to be doing my bit too. For more information, search TfL Improvements Plan. To the Mayor of London and TfL, every journey matters.
Haldiram brings you the most loved Indian sweets which are freshly made in UK. Now order your favorite Haldiram products online only on haldiramuk.com. Also available at your local Asian store at super special prices.
Keith Vaz on Talking Points. Leica.
Welcome back. This is Keith Vaz on Talking Points on Leica Radio. I'm having a wonderful conversation with our very own Valissa Chauhan. Valissa, you play the wedding planner in Mrs. Kapoor's wedding season number 2. Obviously, J-Lo also played it in a film called The Wedding Planner. How difficult was it not planning this wedding? Because obviously this is a theatre production, but the role of the wedding planner in an Asian wedding must be pretty difficult, as seen by your part.
Being a wedding planner in an Asian wedding anyway, Keith, is difficult. Being a wedding planner for Mrs. Kapoor's daughter's wedding is even more difficult because Mrs. Kapoor has her own input in everything. And the funny thing is, before I got into radio, before I got into filmmaking, I actually wanted to be a wedding planner. I was going to move to America to be a wedding planner. So a lot of my family that have come to see the show have said, oh my God, it seems like it's just another arm to one of your jobs you do. So with that in mine, we actually decided to change the wedding planner up a little bit, make her a bit more flamboyant. We've changed the accent. I'm not going to say what accent it is, but you do have to come and watch it to find out. So it doesn't just seem like it's just Valissa on stage anymore. I am Anita Patel, the wedding planner in Mauritius, the number one wedding planner in Mauritius.
And tell us a bit more about the other members of the cast. Who is in the show and what are the big parts that, for example, who is Mrs. Kapoor? Who plays her and how do you get on with the other staff?
So we are like one big family. Mrs. Kapoor is played by Manoj. Manoj in himself is just hilarious generally. Mr. Kapoor is actually played by Gilly. I feel like Gilly just fits into that character. I always say to him that this is your life in like 30 years. And then we've got the lovely bride and groom, and we've got someone who is the mother-in-law of the first daughter that got married. She makes an appearance. So there are characters that are still relatable to the first show. However, there has been a cast change because we had someone else playing Mrs. Kapoor in the first one. This is a brand new person. Manoj is brand new to this role, but I think he stepped into these shoes really, really well. I always said to him when we started rehearsing for this, I said, for me, I was playing a brand new role. So it was easy for me to sort of find my feet for that. He was stepping into a role that was already there. So I have so much admiration for him to be able to do that and do it so well.
Now, the logical conclusion of all this is that you are going to be the Asian version of Mrs. Merkel, aren't you? I see a Netflix series beckoning you. Imagine a program about a radio station with a chief executive, other presenters. Isn't this perfect for you? Shouldn't you be writing a Netflix series about the cast of Like a Radio?
Have you been reading what's inside my brain, Keith, somehow, I think? Because I'll tell you something. I started my radio career 11 years ago. And like I said, I've actually got a degree in film and television as well. And one of the script that I had written was about a young radio presenter working at a radio station, and then obviously it had to be elaborated a little bit, and I was a bit scared to write it because I thought, oh my God, what if my bosses look at this and think, is this how she actually perceives us? But now, the fact that Raj Badin is my boss, I think he's actually playing himself.
Well, I think we'd probably get Abhishek Bachchan to play him. Yeah, he could play himself. Who do you think could get to play Keith Vaz?
Ooh, why don't you play yourself, Keith?
I will, thank you. I was hoping you would say that. I always wanted a part. I've been in a film before, a very small part as a judge in a cooking competition. I've forgotten the name of the film, but I think this is exactly what you've got to do. Now, AK Productions has announced 7 shows for Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding season number 2. It's been on in March. It's going off to, obviously, London. You have to go to London at some stage. Croydon, Manchester, Birmingham, and then you're going to Bradford and also to God's Country. You're coming to Leicester, the capital of the mini Gujarat, God's Country. So we're looking forward to seeing you on the 16th of June. I'd like to invite you and the cast to have lunch with me on that day. Good Gujarati meal on the Belgrave Road. It's been marvellous talking to you. I know it's going to be successful because you're involved, Valissa. So anything that you're involved with, as I know from our TikTok appearance, is going to be a smash hit. We always ask our special guests to choose a song that means something special to them and to dedicate it to someone special. Which song would you like to choose and who would you like to dedicate it to?
So if I'm going to choose a song, of course, we are here to talk about Mrs. Kapoor's Daughter's Wedding. And in this particular season, we have a special song called Alez Alez, which was made literally just for this show. We danced to it as well. And the dancers are phenomenal in the show. So I'm going to dedicate that to the whole cast and crew because they work so hard to bring this show to life. And if you saw how much we don't sleep while we're on tour, I think I have to dedicate it to them.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's no better dedication. I was going to say have a great Sunday, but I know what you'll be doing today, planning your Netflix series about a radio station somewhere in Canary Wharf. Have a great Sunday, Valissa.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you for having me.
Let's hear Valissa Chauhan's song.
खूबसूरत जवान
खुशी से है पागल already समा
डेस्टिनेशन वेडिंग चले आओ चले नॉन स्टॉप हम पार्टी करें मिसेस कपूर्स daughter's wedding में जाएंगे
Mrs. Kapoor's daughter's wedding
में नाचेंगे मिसेस कपूर्स daughter's wedding में गाएंगे
Mrs. Kapoor's daughter's wedding
में झूमेंगे आले 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 आले
The personalities that matter with Keith Vaz on Talking Points.
Leica Radio.
Time's up for this week. I hope you enjoyed today's program. My thanks to Arpana, Rajwat and Valissa for joining us today. Special thanks to my researcher Shridula, my producer Reena and editor Adam. To end today's program, we'll be listening to a song by Arjit Singh. It's already had 79 million viewers on YouTube. Please stay tuned for the wonderful Sheena, who follows the news on Leica Radio, Britain's greatest Asian radio station, just in case you forgot that. This has been Talking Points on Leica Radio with Keith Vaz, broadcasting from London. I hope you have a great Sunday.
शक मेरे यारा तू कर ले दोबारा बस एक बार में ही भरे ना दिल बेचारा संग रहने के शाम सवेरे क्या करने हैं वादे बतेरे है जिंदगानी अगर 4 दिन की तो ले रहे ही के साथ फेरे तूने जवानी में सीखा ना जाने कहाँ का सलीका जो पहले ही ब्रेकअप में दिल ने तेरे गिव अप कर दिया एक बार ही किया तो यारो प्यार क्या किया एक बार ही किया तो यारो प्यार क्या किया प्यार होता 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 कई बार है सिर्फ एक पे किया तो दिल निसार क्या किया सिर्फ एक पे किया तो दिल निसार क्या किया प्यार होता 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 कई बार है प्यार होता 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 कई बार है पहली मोहब्बत में तो लगता यही है डार्लिंग मर जाऊंगा जो मुझको ये ना मिली अगली दफा मोहब्बत होती है तो लगता है ये वाली मुझको पहले क्यों ना मिली वो दिल क्या भला जो टूटा ना कभी पहली दफा चोट खाके क्यों दिल को लगाना ही छोड़े सब कुछ मोहब्बत में चलता है तो क्यों ना 2-4 दिल हम भी तोड़े तूने जवानी में सीखा न जाने कहाँ का सलीका जो पहले ही ब्रेकअप में दिल ने तेरे गिव अप कर दिया एक बार ही किया तो यारों प्यार क्या किया एक बार